Welcome to week 8 of Ldrs 5333, Leading Across Cultures. I'm glad that you guys are done with your papers now. As you can maybe see if I get up really close, I haven't shaved until I got through all of your papers. But I enjoyed reading them all, learned a lot about some different cultures, some I hadn't really known too much about before. I'm going to put on my hat because it's really sunny outside. But some really neat papers that you guys wrote. Enjoyed reading them. Hopefully you guys had a chance to at least read 2 of your peers, maybe a couple more. Learned a lot about different cultures, using the different models that we looked at to examine the cultures. I think you guys did a great job overall, and I'm looking forward to the videos that we have coming up this week. Gave you a lot of feedback on the papers. I encourage you to learn from the areas that I gave you to improve upon. They'll help you down the road. Maybe this is your last course, you're not going to take any more, or maybe you're just getting started in the MBA program, but learn from the areas that you could improve on and do better, in the future on other papers or, in your work. Some of the key things that I noticed was you need a thesis. And a thesis is telling people up front what the paper is going to be about. In our case, hey, I'm going to compare the United States to maybe Korea. I'm going to use the Hofstede model, and I'm going to look at how the cultural differences or similarities affect communication, motivation, and teamwork. See, I just told you in a couple sentences there exactly what was going to be in a paper or a talk. So you want to, it's the old adage, say what you're going to say it, and then say what you said in the conclusion. Sum up what you found. I think if you can keep to that simple format in any paper that you write, you'll do well. You don't want to make it hard for the reader to figure out what you're talking about, or just jump right into something without really explaining what your paper, your talk, your presentation is going to be about. Also, I like the Russian proverb, which you've probably heard me say a couple times, Doverai no proverai, which means trust but verify. So we've got these models, they're great, but we want to back them up. So use outside resources, gather facts, gather other people's opinions, other people's writings or talks about different cultures in our case, and prove the model right or wrong. Whatever your thesis is, back it up with good quality research. Okay, we've got the video presentations coming up this week. Essentially, you're going to take your paper, the research that you did, and put it into a 10 to 15 minute video presentation. I do want you to video them. I'd like if we could see you up front. You don't have to video yourself the whole time. You can switch to a screencast if you want, or do it within your presentation software, however that works best for you. And then see your face at the end too. So that we can, get a feel like we're in class receiving the presentation from you. Don't be boring. That's my main piece of advice. Have lots of pictures, lots of graphs, diagrams, tables, a few bullet points to make things stand out, but then speak the rest. You're given a presentation. You're not reading, and I can't stand when people do it, but reading the PowerPoint, right? We don't want to do that. And then after your presentation, which is due on Sunday at midnight, you'll have a chance to watch and listen to 2 of your peers' presentations and comment on them in the discussion forum, just like we did this week for the paper. I encourage you to pick people and countries that you haven't learned about yet, or people you haven't heard from. So we'll do that in the discussion forum. And then the last thing that you'll do is take the post-test of the cultural intelligence self-assessment survey that we have in the course. And I do this at the beginning and the end of the course so that we can see, hey, have we improved our cultural intelligence at all over the last 8 weeks, which I think is the ultimate goal of this course. We like grades, those are important, but sometimes grades don't really tell us what we really learned about something. So hopefully this self-assessment, which really isn't attached to anything specific we learned in the course, will give you an indication of, have you improved improved your cultural intelligence or not. And I encourage you to answer it honestly, hopefully like you did the pre-test going in, and we'll see where we end up on that. I pray you guys have a great week as you finish up this course on leading across cultures.